Hey everybody who may be in the waiting room right now. I'm sort of breaking the magic here because I've already gotten a message saying that I'm getting 25% dropped frames. I did a test broadcast the day before, no, yesterday, or the day before yesterday, where I was live for 3.5 hours straight without any dropped frames. And now I go on for real and I'm getting dropped frames. So for now I'm just gonna keep on the hold screen and see if it becomes a problem again. I don't know what I could do because it went for hours on my test pattern and it was perfect. And now I go live and I'm having problems again. So sorry to dump my problems on you, but if I go offline or go off again, or the stream goes on for not that long and then it starts, I'm getting dropped frame messages, I might have to cancel the stream. I don't know what I can do. I don't know what I can do. I'm very sorry. I've been waiting all day to do this. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna. I've been. Hold on. 25% dropped frames. This must look like absolute trash for anyone watching this. Hold on. But okay. The performance metrics are saying that my stream quality is good. Let me look in my stream manager. I just want to be transparent about this because I don't want anyone to start making a meal like, oh, I'm gonna watch Mario Party. I'm gonna, watch H play Mario Party, and then it doesn't happen. And I just want to give you. I want to be frank with you. I hope it doesn't sound like I'm complaining too much, but I want to be honest about. Okay, on the broadcast manager, it says my connection quality is excellent. I'm gonna go ahead with this for now, and we'll see what happens. So I'll see you, anyone watching, in a few minutes. It's kind of embarrassing, but thanks for bearing with me. everybody who's watching my hold screen. I just want to give you an update. It's been stable the last few minutes, so it seems like it's going to be okay. So we're just going to play it by ear and see how it goes. Alright, let's do this. No dropped frames in the last, 10 minutes or so. It should be alright. First, let's set the timer to 70 minutes. And get started. I hope you weren't listening to the casino theme from Pokemon Red and Blue for too long. Because I realized I have a copy of that on my playlist that goes on for, I think, 20 minutes or something crazy like that. And I didn't put on my headphones till right before I turned on the mic. This morning, I was considering playing Sonic on Game Gear today. I even have my Mega SG sitting on my table here, which with my layout, I know the last dozen or two streams, you could see my table with my consoles on it. I miss having that, but maybe when I have a little more to work with, and have multiple cameras. So we're no warm-up game today. No warm-up game today. We're just gonna jump straight into Mario Party Advance. And yeah, the reason I decided against doing Sonic today was because, well, pretty much I realized the Wii is already plugged in, and the volume's already set up for Mario Party Advance because that's the last game I streamed. I kind of had to end my last stream prematurely because I was getting a bunch of dropped frames and it was terrible. And so a couple of days ago, I did a 3.5 hour stream that was nothing but, it was just me running my test pattern. Where's my test pattern? You know what I'm talking about. It's, there it is. It was just me running that test pattern for 3 hours and looking at my broadcast software and making sure that everything was running properly. But, and I didn't get a single drop frame for 3.5 hours. It was kind of concerning how much activity I was getting in that stream, considering that I was not, actually doing anything. I didn't even turn on my mic. The only interaction was via chat with people basically just coming in saying, hey, you can't tell me what to do. I'm not going to ignore this stream, so. Thanks everyone who showed up for my 3.5 hour test stream. which had an increased viewer count compared to this previous stream, which I'm sure is mostly just due to the fact that I was streaming for much longer than my previous stream. So we were clearing out some Bowser stages, some of the Bowser challenges, and I chose Luigi. He's not an optimal character because he's not especially... Each character has a different starting point in this mode, and this character's starting point isn't especially close to the Pipe House where you can access the Bowser challenges at. Now, can I get... Oh, doggone. Freaking Baby Bowser. Or Bowser Kid, rather. Baby Bowser. Baby Bowser is Bowser as a baby. Like the normal Bowser, but in the past as a baby. This is Koopa Kid, who is like these weird Bowser clones that there are an indefinite number of that appear in some of the earlier Mario Party games. They may appear in some of the later Mario Party games, but I've never played them. The latest console... Oh wow, he's warping me. Actually, this is that was a great warp. I've got a lot of good luck lately with Bowser running into Bowser Kid, him warping me to a place where I actually would want to go. So he actually potentially saved me a good number of turns there. 1, 2, 1. Land on the dice block, because that gives us... The green dice blocks gives you a free dice roll without having to spend a mushroom. Then, landing on the M block space, that either gives you Tumble, or it gives you Bowser Kid. If you beat Tumble's minigame, you'll win, I think 3 or 4 mushrooms, sometimes between 2 and like 5 mushrooms. If you run into Bowser Kid, who shows up, she should show up maybe at most a quarter of the time. It seems like he shows up half the time, if not more. So running on the blue dice block, which should be generally a boon, is really kind of a gamble. Because if you lose Bowser Kid's minigame, you lose a mushroom. If I lose if I lose Tumble's minigame, I don't lose anything. I just don't get the bonus mushrooms. And if you win Bowser Kid's minigame, you only get 1 extra mushroom. So you're basically just get your mushroom back for going to land on the space to begin with. If the audio level should be the same as... I'm not doing so good so far, but I guess this minigame does require a small amount of concentration. Now, the time limit isn't too narrow in this, so I can afford to mess up a good deal. If I mess up a whole lot more, I'll be in trouble, though. So let me shut up and concentrate. Oh. Okay. There we go. Now, what I've been doing lately, I've changed my plans for the Thanksgiving stream. I know a lot of you watching may not even be able to or interested in attending a Thanksgiving stream, but because I don't really have a super traditional Thanksgiving plan, and I'm going to be by myself, and then in addition to that, I know a lot of people who otherwise might be with friends or family might be by themselves due to travel restrictions and safety purposes in this age of the plague. Now, I was planning on... It's tricky to tell... I was of the mistaken belief that the first 4 Charlie Brown movies were on Amazon Prime, and I could use that to do an official watch party on Twitch. Those movies are not on Amazon Prime, which actually I don't mind. It's a change of plans, but I do not mind, because of that change of plans, I'm gonna just do a straight-up commercial stream and stream things that are public domain or that people have streamed on Twitch without, You know, I never really noticed that there was a hit point system in this game. I guess I don't get hit by I just never paid much attention. And yes, that game was called StompBot XL, and the flavor text says to pilot your robo-boots to avoid the lava, even though quite clearly what is happening is that Luigi is just riding an ATV. But for some reason they decided to explain this as Luigi is wearing robotic boots. I don't know. No. Yeah, so on Thanksgiving, what I have... I can just pull this up real quick, because I already have the layout partially prepared for this. Now this is my video editing program, and I've been transferring all my old VHS tapes from the 80s and 90s from when I was a kid, because my parents used to record a lot of what I would watch growing up. Now, I've got this full commercial break here. You can't hear... I don't think you could hear it, because I don't have it set up so that you could hear my video editing program. So you can see, here's the first... This is the infamous commercial for the first Legend of Zelda game. Taken from the, I think, NBC broadcast on Saturday morning. And I didn't even really care about video games at this time. But I remember this commercial. I remember saying, oh, your parents helped you hook it up. But I have the full commercial break. You've seen the commercial. I have the full context for the commercial. The full commercial breaks. And you can see... I'll get back to the game in a second. But look down on the bottom. You can see all these full commercial breaks I have. From the late 80s up into the early 90s. I have NES, Super NES commercials. I think they're... I don't know if I'll end up preserving this particular tape, but I do somewhere have an Atari 2600 commercial from the very late 80s. They were trying to push the Atari 2600 as an alternative to the NES, as like a budget system. And I have that tape somewhere. I don't know if it's preserved in the batches of tapes that I've been digitizing. So I've cut all of the television shows out, so I just have the commercials, which, it's been I know watching old commercials has been like pretty much an actual genre of stream on Twitch, and I've seen pretty major streamers do it without getting in any trouble or anything, so I don't think it should be a problem. It may be in the future, but for now it's permitted, so we'll take advantage of it while we have the chance. If they crack down, they probably may not allow it anymore, but because it's not the actual shows, I haven't seen. I know Pete Dorr has done stuff like that, and Pat Contry is also. I think most of the streams he does are retro or commercial streams from like the 80s and 90s, and he's older than me, so his nostalgia goes back a lot further than me. And to a certain extent, there are a lot of things that I otherwise may not have remembered if it wasn't on tape and I was able to watch it repeatedly. Because there's a lot of stuff that I watched. Oh no, I lost. Doggone. I needed to pay a little more attention. So what I'm gonna do is on Thanksgiving, I'm going to edit in maybe a few public domain cartoons, but mostly old, like Nintendo and gaming related VHS tapes that I've streamed with no copyright problems, and that bigger streamers than me who would probably have more scrutiny on them have streamed without copyright problems. And it's not gonna be like the show. It's gonna be like 80% commercials and like 20% like actual material, so to speak. But okay, I want to go down. I was going the wrong way. Because these themed boards sort of blend into each other. And I can kind of forget which way I'm going. So this minigame will hopefully make up for... Now this one I do have to concentrate for. This one is pretty tough. This one's not easy. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is not as easy as it looks. Ooh, oh no! I was almost to the end too! Now that's a mini game. One of the main complaints I'd give with this game did get a lot of criticism at the time it came out. Because a lot of people, I guess, were expecting a 32-bit sprite-based version of the home console Mario Party games. Instead, they were played to the Game Boy Advance's strengths and were like, okay, realistically, yeah, GBA can do 4-player. How often are people really going to have 4 GBAs and 4 link cables all plugged up together? Let's focus on the single-player aspect. And so that's what they did, and I think the game benefited for it, but... because it wasn't what a lot of people were expecting, Now, I could... Okay, I need to win this minigame. If I lose this, I'm going to lose the game, because each dice roll is worth one mushroom. I have to pay a mushroom to roll the die to continue across the board. And if I run out of mushrooms, I have to start from the beginning. Any quests I'm doing are canceled, and that's it for the time being. So now this minigame's pointless. You might as well just go for a big fish. There's no reason not to go for a bigger fish. See, that was a waste of time. That was a waste of time. I wasn't going for that one. I was going for a bigger one. Oh, come on, come on. Why? This is not... This is not... Okay. Hey, Rose Goku Black TV, how you doing? Thanks for dropping in. Don't feel pressured to participate in chat if you're into... Oh, you're playing retro games on PC? Okay. You know what? I'm known as a kind of an intent. Well, my first streams were Sega. My first system was Game Gear, and I eventually, once I got a Game Boy in '95, I learned the magic of Nintendo. My first home console whatsoever was the Nintendo 64, but I do have a bit of a history with PC gaming. I had a IBM PS2 system. It was an IBM Value Point that I had a bunch of DOS games on. I was the first 3 Commander Keen games. Midway through October, I was playing a sort of a cult. Hey, Super Train. Yeah, I was just telling Rose Goku Black. He was saying he or she or them are into retro games on PC, and I was saying I'm more of a console guy, more of a Nintendo guy, but I have a very fond history with PC gaming in the form of some DOS shareware games. Me and my friends would trade back and forth at school, and the first 3 Commander Keen games. This sort of cult maze game that was streaming in October called Helios, which is arguably the first creepypasta game, because it has a fourth wall breaking backstory where supposedly the game was left in the... Oh, Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Menace. Dragon Ball Z incomplete? Oh, version. Oh, okay. I was watching Dragon Ball Z on Toonami with my brother back in the day. I forgot. There's one of these I did not beat yet. Okay, it's one of these I did not beat, and I don't know which one. Hey, Kalaka Boy. Yep. I was having drop frames during the title. Oh, the actual one was Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Menace France. Oh, you spelled Ultimate wrong? Oh, okay. You corrected it? Yeah, he was into, what? The first Dragon Ball Z Budokai? Yeah, I never was into fighting games so much, but it was just cool watching him play and just seeing all the characters. I don't know which of these, I'm gonna have to jump through each of these, and it's gonna waste a bunch of... Oh wait, actually, no, it just occurred to me. I can just look around on the map and see which ones I can... Okay, the red pipe one I did. Okay, so red is done. Yellow I need to do. Yellow, I'll call that gold. Yellow, gold. Yeah, for anyone who's... yeah, I decided, the Thanksgiving stream I'm gonna do, not that I expect anyone to do that, because obviously people are gonna have their own plans, just thing I wanted to do on Thanksgiving. And then if anyone, like, is, you know, isolated due to not being able to travel or visit friends or family, you know, they could join in if you have nothing else better to do. but it's not going to involve Amazon Prime anymore. I've just been clipping all the commercials from all these tapes I've been preserving. In fact, I captured a tape. I have to capture them, and then I have to convert them separately. It's converting one right now. I was hoping that wouldn't be a problem. It doesn't seem like it will be. So I need to do purple. I haven't been able to dedicate to a schedule. I'm able to get a lot of work in this time of year, so I've been, and I don't have like a set schedule. I just like, if I feel like doing stuff, I'll go do stuff. So that's why I haven't had a set schedule like I usually like to do. And I know I'll be streaming probably Thanksgiving starting 11. And not that I expect anyone to come to that. I'm just saying that's when I'll probably... And plus, I'm spending a lot of time converting VHS tapes and finding public domain and sort of and like gaming VHS stuff that would be able to stream on Thanksgiving. All right. Yeah. So red, okay. So did I get... I'm just gonna go ahead and check them all. Mushroom challenge time. Oh yeah, Steeler Wars, you are in Canada, so your Thanksgiving was a little while ago. It was last month already. I don't know. It's like just like when I go shopping, like they start putting out in the U.S. They start putting out. You're watching the guys on Twitch open Pokemon cards. They have like 80,000 viewers. Yeah, but is even one of those cards Gem Mint 10? Are two of them Gem Mint 10? I bet not even three of those cards are Gem Mint 10. So, I mean, if it's not Gem Mint 10, I mean, come on. Let's get serious here. I'm gonna have to add that to the playlist for for Thanksgiving. Oh my gosh. And I made a cropped version of that. I made a I made a version of that where I just cropped out every single time the guy says Gem Mint 10. Left, right, okay, this minigame is one of those minigames that's kind of too easy. I mean, some of them, that's the main problem I think about this minigame, is a lot of these minigames are either too hard or too easy. I don't know the guy's name. I just know if you type in, like, Pokemon cards, home shopping, or whatever, you'll find the video easily. And, like, that set of cards he's selling, I have that same set I have that exact same set, and is he the same dealer scammer that sold it? I don't know what he's doing anymore. I don't know if he's around or what he's up to or anything. Actually, it just occurred to me. Let me, excuse me, I'm just gonna move my chat over. Mine are arguably, the thing is, the reason that guy is able to say that those cards, he has the only Gem Mint 10 set, so it's like super rare, it's because he's the only person to get that set and get them graded by the organization that uses that rating. Will I be ordering a to-go Thanksgiving meal? Probably not. I'll probably just have a frozen pot pie or something silly like that. Broken openings have taken... Yeah, I've heard about it. I haven't paid much attention to it, though. Yeah, I heard, like, one of the Paul brothers, like, bought a Charizard or something, and that started, like, a Pokemon card collecting craze again or something like that. Alright, so I think I actually completed... Oh, you know what? I think I actually did complete all of these. So... Yeah, so I'm just going to... Well, I can show you real quick right now, because I already did... Pulled this card... did this a little bit earlier. But if you can see here, I happen to have my video editing software open now. And this is a little bumper for the Smurfs. You can't hear it because it's not set up for that. This is the same setup I use for pinball. Oh look, it's the infamous The Legend of Zelda rap commercial. And I didn't care about video games at the time I was seeing this, but it's just sort of cool. And I remember at the end would say, "Oh, Nintendo, your parents help you hook it up." That was kind of the first time I became aware of video games as a thing. I just knew it was some kind of toy you hooked up to your system. Some kind of toy you hooked up to your television. And look, but the thing is, everyone's seen that commercial, but I have the full commercial breaks here as they originally aired, so it gives a bit more context to what kind of... No, I have this commercial for Smurfs Pasta. Look at these bumpers with the stars and everything. This is like so. I remember by like 95, I remember popping that particular tape in because these are from several tapes. Oh yeah, I'll throw in a little bit of vintage train stuff because I do have that VHS tape about the Snowden Mountain Railway. Oh, just for curiosity's sake, that wasn't meant. I wasn't really planning to show that off. But for curiosity's sake, did you hear that, or did you just see it? Because if it's set up the way I thought it was, you should have only been able to see it. Yeah, I'll have some old VHS stuff in there. Staring my way, are you training? Okay, we did this last time, but I forgot to save. Yeah, that was on CB... Yeah, those space bumpers were from CBS. What do I have on CBS? I've got, like, the Berenstain Bears, like the old Berenstain Bears cartoon. And then I have, like, an episode of Wildfire, and then an episode of Muppet Babies. And then I have some later stuff from CBS from, like, I think 1990, where it's, like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Garfield and Friends, Pee-wee's Playhouse, and I've got, like, NES commercials, I've got Super NES commercials. Would I consider playing a retro train simulator, a train simulator? I've never played a train simulator before. I've downloaded a couple of the train simulators for 3DS, because some of those Japan-only train simulators are actually on the North American eShop on 3DS. So Thanksgiving will just be a whole day long of that, starting with a bunch of commercials that were actually aired on Thanksgiving Day in '93. And I'm actually converting from the VHS deck that's part of my setup here. I won't spoil all of it. I won't spoil all of it. What I just mentioned there is just a fraction. I'll bring up my video editor program really quick again. I just want... Oh, excuse me. I might have just... Now let me zoom out a bit. Look at on my timeline down there. Look at all that. Look at all of those commercial breaks. And I haven't even edited in all of, like, the actual, like public domain stuff that I'll be able to find. But it is mostly going to be commercials. You had a friend in the late 2000s who was always up to date with the latest train sims? Okay, if you win, I'll give you a gadget. Now, this minigame's kind of tricky. Well, I thought it was just going to be tapping the A button, but it wasn't so hard, but it just seemed kind of... We'll see what happens on Christmas. Yeah, it's like scripted to make it seem like you're starting to lag behind. The first time I did this, I was, oh, excuse me, look at me, I forgot to turn off, I forgot to take the, so, trust me, I won. See, look, he's crying. I won. You can trust me on that. I won. Christmas Day stream, you know, Christmas, usually what I do is, like, that's the one day of the year that I usually will just watch the first 4 seasons of Thomas the Tank Engine in a big marathon, because I'm enough of a high-functioning autistic nerd to be into that, but I only really do that on Thanksgiving, or if something really crazy is happening, like if I'm, like, sick and I'm on medicine that is, like, making me see, like, stars and elephants and stuff, like, from my doctor, then I will maybe pop that in and fall asleep to it. But, but maybe maybe I will use Amazon. I don't. If I put Thomas on stream, I'd probably get in trouble for it. I could. That is. I know for a fact that is on Amazon Prime. So, if I went on Amazon Video and did an official like formal watch party, I could do it that way. But I'm not gonna. Even though like the copyright holders for Thomas have been weirdly permissive about allowing almost at least the first 4 or 5 seasons to be on YouTube. Do it in an incognito Discord stream. I don't know how to do that. Oh, and plus I don't have a Discord, and I don't know much about setting one up, and I'm not sure I quite have enough of a following to. Do you need a Discord server for that? I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I haven't. I've barely got a handle for Discord. I know I had Discord for almost a year to talk to one friend, and I just used it instant message with just 2 different people. But then when I got into Twitch and I actually started, networking with people and joining other people's servers, it was really weird to me, like how it's like a forum where every single message is pushed to the forefront of your attention with the importance of you having gotten a text message from someone. And, yeah, it makes sense. I just miss, like, this isn't an anti-Discord rant, but I just kind of regret how centralized a lot of the internet's become. It's like, so much of the internet is just, what was once a whole bunch of different sites is now, have sort of coalesced around everything that was a forum seems to be either Reddit or Discord now, and it's just kind of, and I'm just a reactionary Luddite who is slow to get with the times. And plus, I just don't like the idea of having all my eggs in one basket, in a sense, where it's just like, if something goes wrong with Reddit or something, or if Reddit gets purchased by an eccentric billionaire who wants to turn it into a gardening website and get rid of everything else, I don't know, I just like to, there's benefits to it being more destabilized. Now, there's another thing, a problem about some of these mini-games is, sometimes sort of what I can describe as inconsistent game design language. Like in this game, if the Chain Chomp bites, if he attacks Luigi, he just gets knocked back and it's a time penalty. But then there's a very similar mini-game to this where I'm walking a Chain Chomp, and if the Chain Chomp bites me in that game, you instantly lose the game. And it's an instant L. So, oh, excuse me. You win the minigame, you get 6 mushrooms. Oh, that was a bonus game. That was like a special game. Usually you might get between 2 and 3. Poke is famous for his fondness for riddles. Man, I beat these games last time. I didn't save. I guess I didn't save properly because the stream kind of ended unexpectedly. I know I see these exactly around. I never even use Twitch services directly. Always asking through third party, like I'm using IRC for chat and VLC for playback. Okay. Wait. Oh, excuse me. This. Yeah. I know these riddles already, so. Pardon me. I am Poke Guardian of this desert. Now that you're here, you cannot leave. What do you want? This was very, very easy. Oh, and in 38 minutes, that's not the end of the stream. That's just when I'm gonna get up and take a stretch break. You're a bold one, aren't you? I'll give you a total of 3 riddles. First riddle. What golfs, parties, and rides on a cart? Mario, Goomba, or PD Piranha? Mario. Now, that's an easy... If this was your first... That's a very easy question. But if you don't have any knowledge of the Mario meta franchise, how would you know that? Impressive. Now, here's your second riddle. What has spikes, fiery breath, and a temper? That's not... These aren't... And that's another thing. Sometimes they're like these mystery games where I have to go around and interview different characters. This is a time-consuming process where I might have to go to the other side of the map to interview a character, then go back to the place where the crime was committed, where the quest is taking place. And I'm supposed to read what these characters say. What is green but related to red? Luigi. And basically, they'll want me to answer a question, and they'll do it in a way that's like... Or they'll want me to find who's guilty, but the thing they want me to pick up on in the writing, I guess, was obvious to the translators, but didn't come through in how they wrote it, so I had no idea what they wanted me to pick up on, and now I'll give you what I promised. Alright. May a warm desert wind blow at your back. Thank you, Pokey. This makes up for all your annoyances in Mario 64. Mario 64 is the only Mario game that... Okay! What? You already finished 30 quests? Fine, I'll let you into the next pipe. Okay. I was doing that pipe there. Because at one point, I was just beating all the quests, and then as I finished them... And then I went back and did them all at once, but doing all these Bowser mini-games in succession is kind of... was tedious. So from now on, I'm gonna go and beat them as they open up. Because right now, we're more than halfway through. Congratulations, you get a gadget. I'll take your gadget to Playland. You got 20 quests to go. You've made it halfway. We're more than halfway. There's the pedal shy guy from Yoshi's Island. I wonder who he fell for. Go ask him. There's just suggestions for different quests. What's the quickest way back to the Pipe House? Now, the Pipe House happens to be... Nice, got a 9. And the green dice block gives us a free roll. So we'll, Doggone Bowser Kid. What should I do this time? Rochambeau. Fortunately, it wasn't Warp. Rock, paper, scissors, go. Rock. Okay. Alright, I can afford to lose that mushroom. Because right now, once we're here, it's not really too tough to... I guess that's what, like earlier before, when I was going in and messing around with... When are you expecting your Analog Pocket? It's supposed to ship in March, I believe? Yeah, it's supposed to ship out in March. Yeah, I lucked out, for those who aren't aware, I lucked out and got a pre-order for the Analog Pocket, and so I have the Analog Pocket and a dock with my name on them, or at least they will be once they come out of whatever factory they're building them at. I also, if you're not familiar, anyone who's might be new, I've been playing, once a month I play Sonic on Game Gear. They've been playing a lot of your GBA on the PS3. I never even thought of playing GBA on the PS3. That's interesting. And I've spent maybe about 10 minutes playing PS3 in my whole life. And that was spent playing Flower, which was one of the PS3 games I was most interested in. So I'm glad I got to play it at my friend's house. But that was also the generation where I had less money, and I had less time, and my main genre was... Like, that minigame was too easy. Because some of these are either too hard or too easy. Which is my main complaint about this. Yeah, I basically just wanted to follow along where the platform goes. Special streams with my Analog Pocket. When I get it, I'm going to be streaming with it. I want to play Super Mario Land. I mean, I want to play... My first system was Game Gear, right? And I almost played Sonic the Hedgehog today, but then I realized, hey, I'm already have my Wii U set up, the volume's already set for Mario Party Advance, and I want to get through this single-player campaign. Bowser Toy Shop. This was where my stream started to crank out last time. Yeah, so my first system was Game Gear. My second system was Game Boy, and so I wanted to play a lot of... I've been playing Game Boy Advance because that's the only... Game Boy Advance and DS are the only handhelds on the Wii U Virtual Console, because for some reason Nintendo didn't want to put Game Boy, regular Game Boy games. They wanted to put Game Boy and Game Boy Color games only on the 3DS for whatever reason. And so I never got to, so that's why I've been playing I'm stumbling over my tongue a lot, but that's why I've been playing a lot of Game Boy Advance games lately. They're not for sale, they're only for me. Yeah, they're for us. I'm sort of scrolling through this, I'm sort of rushing through this, because I already did this quest. I was basically finished with it at the time that the stream cranked out, and I ended up having to end it. So I've been very interested in playing a lot of my Game Boy cartridges from back in the day. With my real cartridges, because it's cool. I could have emulated it, but I was in a position to actually play this here was the first video game I ever played, and I got to play it in real time off the actual cartridge, which I was fortunate to have the opportunity to do. It was when the Analog Mega SG was announced, and it was announced that it could play Game Gear games. That was actually when I decided that I wanted to stream. Your only choice is to face my cartoon quiz. I'll test your Toad Force V knowledge. Toad Force V. Well, you could always say no. How could I say no? Let's see what you think you know. Now, this Toad Force V, this is a recurring thing that many characters in this game refer to. And I thought this was going to rely on me having communicated with those characters. It does to a certain extent, but they're also kind of obvious enough that you could reasonably guess the answers. What letter is on Toad Force V's forehead? V. Correct. On to the next question. What is Toad Force V? A robot? Correct again. Time for the third question. What does Toad Force V fight for? Peace? Money, peace, or mom? Fights for peace. Correct again. Time for question 4. What was the famous line in episode 28? This is the only question that is really reliant on anything that's not totally obvious. And even so, it's still kind of obvious. But another character refers to this line. I'm an iron shroom. Correct again. Time for the final question. What is the name of Toad Force V's hero? Jack. Brittany is just irrelevant. Shroomlock is another character in this game. So we'll just go with option 3. Wahaha. You got them all right? Alright. And alright. I'm just checking on everything, making sure everything's running smoothly. I don't want to be subjecting you guys to a bad... If the stream's going to be bad, I want it to be because I'm not a good streamer. I don't want it to be because you have to look at a flip book. You hear what I'm saying? Alright. How'd you get all my answers? You watch too much TV. I challenge you to a duel game. You'll get a gadget if you win. That's never going to happen, so you can kiss that gadget goodbye. In other words, you'll have to try again. Game Slammer. Beat your opponent. Wahaha, bring it on. For the sake of the stream, I'm going to create a restore point here. Because if I lose, I don't want to... This isn't such a... I don't know. There's some times where it's fun watching someone try again and again until they get this, successfully... Oh, you know what? This is the first Bowser minigame I've ever played that is not based on beating a large number of Bowser kids, because normally there's a roulette and you have to fight between like 20 and 50 or between 20 and 70 Bowser kids, I think, or something crazy like that. But this is just kind of a duel game. What? Oh, okay. I didn't quite understand how this minigame worked. Okay. What? I don't, okay. Okay. Visually, I understand what's going on. How the controls and the logic of it works. Okay. Okay, Peach. Okay, so when it shows Peach's picture, I have to press B to defend. If it shows my picture, I have to press A. Okay, I get it now. Alright. I'm in the lead by far. Fortunately, the AI kept goofing up too, so... So that does it. I just didn't want to risk it being some weird thing where I just lose because I didn't quite know how to play it, and then I have to do that whole quiz thing again. You won? What a twist. Ah, the gadget is yours. Go on, take it. Alright, this is now the furthest we've... Oh, Screen Clean is a practical gadget. It'll clean your GBA screen. Look at that sheen. Later, I won't forget this. Just you wait. Okay. Gadgets are... Most of them are absolute trash, and I feel insulted to exist on the same planet as them. Not quite to that extreme, but some of them are just really dumb and kind of useless and pointless. But, that gadget is... That one is funny. I'm actually... It's so funny that I'm actually going to leave this mode right now. I'm just going to save right... Okay. Okay, we're going to save. Save the progress, quit, save and quit, yes. We're going to go to Playland. I've never been this excited to get to a gadget. I forgot about this one. I can't wait to show you this one. Okay. Now this is a bit... We are playing this on... Oh man, with the Game Boy Advance frame and my layout, this is actually gonna look... This is gonna work great. Okay. Where is it? Okay, the wonderful toys with many functions. Most of these are stupid. Most of these are a total waste of time. And I go into them just to show off how unbelievable dumb they... Like this one. Faux Flame. We'll look at this one real quick. Faux Flame. This windproof flame will never let you down. Too bad it's not warmer. And if I press A, there's a flame on the screen. It's like you have a little fake lighter. Now, the only practical use I could think of this, and this is just barely... If you had a Game Boy Advance SP or a Game Boy Micro, and you had this flame going, and you're at a concert, you could do that instead of waving a lighter. But in a time before most people had phones, like in 2005, a lot of people still didn't even have... A lot of people still didn't even have regular phones, let alone smartphones. But anyway, where is it? Where is it? Ah, here we go. All right. Now get a load of this. The screen's all fuzzy, right? And watch this. Isn't that... That's so... That's just a cute fourth wall breaking joke, okay? I found it amusing. Okay. Now back to... Have I ever seen Road Train across USA? No, I don't think I have. Hey, Tundex. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm doing all right. I'm sorry I haven't been... I've popped in briefly to a couple of your broadcasts, but I haven't been able to I haven't been able to watch for very long. Because, usually... Seems like people... Have I ever... Oh, excuse me. I thought you were saying, have I ever seen a road train, like a caravan or something? Have I ever rode a train across the U.S.? I have... the longest train ride I've ever been on was between New York City and Charlotte, North Carolina, because I have some relatives in North Carolina. And that's like a 12-hour train ride. So, and it was, I've done that twice. No, I've done two. I've done one one-way trip and then a couple of two-way trips. Yeah, I tend to stream earlier in the day. Hey, TurboGrafx. Oh, I got it. Oh, okay. Now that TurboGrafx and Tundex are here, I have an excuse to show this to you. Show this again. I'm already building the layout for it. As I speak, I'm actually converting another one of my another VHS tape I've preserved here. This is from my actual VHS collection. So everyone's seen this commercial, but I have the actual full commercial breaks. And what I've been doing is I've been going in, I've been editing out all the television shows. So I just have the full commercial breaks complete with the bumpers. And at the time, I didn't care about video games. I just knew it was some kind of toy you plugged into your TV. But that was my first exposure to Nintendo, were some of those NES commercials. Now, here, these are from lots of different tapes. So this is for some Tiny Toons dolls. Now, where do I have... Boy, that's on... Oh yeah, the Fido Dido bumpers on CBS, Kid CBS. Yeah, I have some full blown. Now I'm gonna let this commercial play out. Look at, I don't think you can hear the audio because I don't have it set up for that. This is in my video editing program. On the bottom here, you can see all of my commercial breaks that I'm editing through. Yeah, that was a commercial for Dianetics. And when it was just being like, oh, it's a self-help book. So I don't want to get too deep into that because it could potentially get controversial. But yeah, I've got lots and lots of stuff from the late 80s and early to mid 90s on these VHS tapes. And a lot of this stuff is stuff I probably otherwise would have never remembered that I saw as a kid. But because I had the tapes, the oldest tape I have is from 87 maybe. And it's stuff that, even by like 94 or 95, I was like, this tape is old. Even as like a kid still at the time, I was like, man, this is one old tape. And so I knew there was something special in that. And I came very close to losing a lot of these tapes in a flood, but I decided to switch which house I was keeping the tapes in. Unfortunately, a lot of them survived to be digitally preserved. Now, I also have a lot of gaming VHS stuff that people have streamed on Twitch and haven't had any copyright problems with, so I'll be editing some Oh, excuse me, I keep forgetting to do this. Keep forgetting to turn off the video editing software. Because that video editing software, like, source is from when I was doing the watch thing, when I was doing the gaming videotapes, and I also had, you could watch me edit through my versus pinball footage. Actually, yeah, pinball... Yo, that's not a quest. Yeah, that is not a quest. This is a quest. We're gonna go through the desert. Yeah, I'm gonna do that... this isn't gonna be the only time I do... There's an old sign that it says, "This mighty hammer can carry you far. Master the spin and soar over pyramids. Would you like to give the hammer a spin?" Yeah, why not? I'm guessing I'm just jamming the A button. And I've been launched to elsewhere. I didn't expect anyone out here. Welcome to the pyramid, an ancient game hall. Oh, it's a gambling mini game. I hate these. These are stupid. I cheat at these because there's no gameplay to this. These are typically games of chance with really bad odds. And you just have to get one more coin more than one. One was literally just you're scratching off lotto tickets and you have to win. There's no skill in most of these. If you beat it, I shall call you master. I'll also let you keep the game, by the way. I know you want it. No, I don't. Pair 'em. Win at least one coin more than what you started with. Now let's see how good a gamer you are. Okay, we're gonna go. I'm gonna pull up our virtual console menu. I'm gonna create the restore point. Because I'm not doing this a bunch of times, playing this game of chance. Change coins, place card, flip a card and place it, identical pairs disappear. Wait, this actually might be slightly more skill-based? Oh. I don't even know what I'm doing. These are just stupid and these aren't fun. Like the gambling mini games, like the casino games in Mario 64 DS, those were fun. I can't wait to stream Mario 64 DS because I have it on my. I'm pointing to my Wii U here so you can see it. Can you see? No, you can't see it in. Wait, can you see it on my rest break screen? No, you can't. Okay. Forget it. Yeah, but anyway, on a Mario 64 DS, those casino games were fun. But this is just pure... I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know how the game's played. But I have to do all of them. I just have to bet on getting pairs. Now, okay. I'm tempted to eat. I might even do these off stream sometime. Yeah, I'm gonna do other streams like that, but for myself, because I don't really have a traditional Thanksgiving lined up anyway. I just personally haven't tended to do that since I've been on my own. And then there may be a lot of people. What? So I have to go through. Okay, I don't even understand the controls, let alone. Oh, I got a match. Now, I wonder if these... Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna load the restore point. At least I kind of understand how to play the game now. Okay. Wait. Okay, I just need... I don't get it. I just need... to get at least 31 coins. I think these are being randomly generated. Like, I really barely even understand what I'm supposed to be doing here. Oh, am I guessing how many I'm gonna get? Is that how many of each card I'm gonna get? Okay. I think. Why do I have to move? It makes me manually place the cards down. Why can't I just jam the A button? It doesn't make a difference. There's no skill in this. There's just... Okay, I'm gonna restart it again. Alright. I kind of get it a little more now. Okay. So I'm basically paying for how many I'm gonna bet will show up. Oh, and it's saying, I guess... Alright, and so on the left it's saying how many of each card are in the deck. So let's try... And I'm guessing... Alright. Like, it's making me select manually. Oh, so what happens... Alright, so I have to keep playing through each level until there... Do I keep playing till there are no cards left or I run out of money? Is that what's going on? Alright. I'm understanding it a little more, but see, look at all of the trial and error I'm going through, and if I was doing this for real, I'd have to spend maybe 15 or 20 minutes to do the amount of learning of this game that I just went through. So they're 11. So 3 eggs, 2 clouds. That's what I'm going for. But I matched 2 mushrooms, but I don't get any credit for that. And so when I match These... I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, I got a match? But, oh, do they have to be touching? Is that why I can move? Do they have to? But I'm very sure I've gotten... Okay, do they have to be touching? Is that what's going on? Oh, they have to be touching. It's not explaining... This game doesn't This is why this game... These gambling minigames... Like, I will forgive any bad review this game gets, just no matter what reasoning in the review. I remembered how much I hated them, but I forgot how I felt while I was playing them. This is miserable. Alright. Oh, those are... The question marks are wild cards. So... I don't... Okay, now I'm actually making lots of matches? Okay. I'm mad at the... How do I feel about PSP games? I didn't own my PSP for as long as I'd like to. At the time, I had to make a decision. I was in college. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a lot of money. I was like... Alright, most of the games I want right now are on DS. It's the system I bring with me the most. Let me sell the PSP to someone who can appreciate it more. But, so I haven't played that many PSP games. I know just at the time, I was really blown away by just having PS2-like visuals on a handheld was such a huge step forward for portable gaming. And I was particularly rooting for Nintendo because of the assumption that, oh, the PSP was just going to destroy the DS, and that would be the end of, well, Sony is dominating Nintendo in the home console space, now the PSP is going to dominate the Game Boy and the DS, and Nintendo, it's going to be the end of Nintendo. Wow, and so because of that, I want Nintendo to do, I was particularly interested in Nintendo proving people wrong and outselling the PSP, but I was so excited. I was thrilled about the PSP from before they even showed what the hardware looked like, just the idea, the performance range of the system. To have something like a 3D platformer on a handheld was really incredible. Do I have my original Pokemon card collection? It got stolen, and I'll just leave it at that. It's interesting, and it's a much more interesting story than it sounds like. But it's also kind of sad and messed up. Not at all for me. I really didn't care that much about losing the Pokemon cards, and probably the reason they got stolen was because I wasn't paying that much attention to what was happening with them. But yeah, and then a few years later, me and my friend basically did a hipster thing, where, well, it involves people that were minors at the time that have, come a long way since then. And, it's probably, I feel more sorry for the people that stole the cards than for me, than I ever did. So, yeah, I'm just gonna just leave that in the past and, wish them the best. Now, how do I... Now, can I... Yeah, so I don't have my original collection. The only card, it's funny, but they didn't steal the Gem Mint 10, the Gem Mint 10 Pokemon cards. Well, they're not actually Gem Mint 10, because I have the set that guy was selling for $1,000. That was like a maybe $30 or $40 set that you could get from any import shop back then. It was not rare. They made at least thousands of that set, and I arguably have it in better condition than him because he has them slabbed and graded, but I have it in the sealed... Those 9 cards came... He called them prototypes. They're not prototypes. It was a preview set that they made thousands of. It came in a binder, like in an album sort of binder, and it came in a poly wrap, and I have them in the original poly wrap, so I arguably have them in better condition than he was selling them in, like slabbed. There's one set that might be sun-faded slightly, because they were sitting on my wall and that was in direct sunlight for a long time. Yeah, so... And I had friends who had that same preview set, and most of them opened theirs. I mean, it was a cool set because it was the first like Pokemon cards of this second generation Pokemon. Do I have any stories of getting Pokemon card packs? Like at the time, like in the initial Pokemania phase, I was the only person around who actually cared about the card game and actually playing the game. Which, if you look at the rules for the original version of the Pokemon trading card game, there's a pretty interesting way in which they took the Pokemon battle system and made a card game out of it. And the idea of the benched, you have 5 benched Pokemon, and so those are kind of your active. So you have 6 Pokemon in the game, and so that's like your Pokemon that's out in battle, and your 4 other ones, and then you win when you get 6 prize cards. And so that's like defeating your 6 of your opponent's Pokemon. And so it was really cool how they translated that. Unfortunately, I know what you mean, but just to be pedantic and a know-it-all, that game is for Game Boy Color and not Game Boy Advance. I wish they made a Game Boy Advance Pokemon trading card game. I do have that game for Game Boy Color, but I never played it. The only version I didn't actually properly play it until the 3DS Virtual Console. So I do have it for Game Boy Color. I don't know if the battery needs to be changed, but I will be playing that on my analog Pocket when I get that. I have a deck I love. Yeah, well, it's easy to get mixed up because the Game Boy Color didn't last for that long. It only was out for a couple of years before the Game Boy Advance came out. It was really kind of a stopgap system. Okay. Now I understand why I can move the cards around. And there were so many games that were just flat out games of... Now, I can cheat. The way I can cheat in this, now that I know how to play this game, I can kind of get a. I think these are randomized. Gen 1 random battle. Yeah, I have a deck called Mersey and Friends, and Mersey is my Dragonair from my Pokemon games and also from my Pokemon political drama thing that I wrote for a college project. My 70-episode epic, Wind and Rain. Now if I... Cloud, okay, Cloud. I only have to get... If I get one more star... Yes! No, do I have to clear the board to claim my to cash out? Because if I get 31 coins, I instantly win the minigame. Okay. Now. Alright. I just need 30... Yeah, I just need... Yeah, also, Gen 1 Pokemon. I really want to play Gen 1 Pokemon. I can't wait to play that. And playing the original Pokemon Gold and... Pokemon Gold and Silver is going to be a blast. You know... And unfortunately, they never put the Pokemon games on the Wii U Virtual Console, the Pokemon DS games. Oh man, if the Pokemon DS games were on the Wii U Virtual Console... Oh no. Alright. I'm sort of boxed in here. I think I win? Do I get... Why didn't I earn any coins for that? I don't get... I don't understand... Okay. Okay, so... Gotta play Pokemon Showdown. Does that still exist? I'm gonna be... I'm not into competitive Pokemon play. And I understand Showdown to be more competitive-oriented. Like, the battles, I just kind of play through the battles just to... Because that's what you do to progress through the game world and enjoy the story. I'm more into the world-building aspects of the Pokemon universe as opposed to the gameplay aspects. So, I don't know how... and I really hear... what I've overheard about Showdown is that it's really... people were really more hardcore into it. I got lucky there. Now, I guess I have to just match out all of these without getting... Ooh, I'm gonna... Okay, good. It gets scary Why did I do that? Doggone. Okay, I just need an egg. Okay, good. Alright, I've unboxed myself out. Hey, Kyle, how you doing? I'm playing this stupid gambling minigame in Mario Party Advance. Any bad review... People dislike this game for reasons I think are unfair. The gambling minigames alone, well, just hop on Showdown to casually play a few battles. Poké Stadium on N64. I don't know, like, I'm not an anti-fan game person. I'm at all. Like, I really love it when fan games do go under the radar or do get, official acknowledgement. Not official acknowledgement, but just saying, like, when the creator might tweet, like, oh yeah, we know about that, we're not going to shut it down. Like, we're cool with it. Like, I do love support for fan games and stuff, but I don't know, Pokemon, and mind you, I'm saying this from the standpoint of someone who wrote a 70-episode unauthorized Pokemon television show. But, so it's not just that it's fan content, but it's just like, I don't know, I'd more be into playing a Pokemon fan game that's like an actual full-fledged RPG. Because I played Pokemon Stadium, but I played the mini games more than anything else. I didn't play the modes where you're just doing the battles. Now, I'm going to reluctantly make myself... What was the unauthorized show called? It was a... in college, I had a writing for television class. And it was just writing for television. It wasn't writing for children's television, but for some reason, our final project was to write... I had to write some spec episodes for an existing children's television show. So I wrote a Pokemon political drama and I called it Wind and Rain. And I wrote this in like 2011 through 2013, because I ended up working on my own. They're not posted really anywhere. And it was kind of about the region. I'll talk more about it when I get back. Remind me when I get back. If you can hang on for 5 minutes, I'm going to just get up and stretch so I can stream for at least another hour. I'm going to stream for 6 minutes. Now I'm going to mute. I have too much music going on. I'm going to mute. There we go. So I will be back in 6 minutes. And I will... because if I don't stretch and everything, I'm just going... My leg... It's a health issue for me. Like a serious health issue. I'm not one of those people, unfortunately, who can stream for hours, then get up. But I'll talk more about it when I get back and we play this ridiculous, mindless gambling minigame, and hopefully I'm able to move on. So I'll see you in a minute. Hey, Jacob Aaron Bourgeoisie. Yeah, it's not so much boredom as much as I just suddenly can't feel my tongue or something if I sit down for like 2 hours straight. So I really do have to get up and stretch and... Yeah, Serial Wars, if you want to, yeah, if you want to, whisper me whatever it is you were, okay. Alright. So let's set the timer for, 65. Let's give it 65 minutes. And, get right back into, where is it? Where's my, I have too many scenes here. Okay, here we go. Alright, let's keep going. You uploaded a screenshot. I saw, I think my like, spam bot thing. Oh, okay, wait, oh, you put a space between. Yeah, my anti-spam thing, might have gobbled it a bit. So you could just go ahead and whisper it to me, and I'll post it in chat. What? Okay, that was reckless. Why did I do that? That was silly. Oh. So I don't get how I'm supposed to earn coins. If I set 5, is that how many times I have to match that many characters? So if I set 5, that means I have to match 5 stars to get paid out for that? So I didn't see the screenshot. Yeah. Yeah, tell me when you, yeah, whisper it to me like you did for links before, and if, oh, okay, so I matched them, but I'm not getting paid for it? Oh yeah, Serial Wars, the Pokemon Spec series, and, like, in the writing world, it's not, like, unusual to write for an existing show just to show off your skill, or to say, like, oh, I'd like, if you're gonna come on to write for a certain show, you know, here's a speculative episode, so it's a bit of a different context than, like, fan fiction in the typical sense, but it is ultimately sort of fan fiction. But it was called Wind and Rain, and it was about, okay, mind you, I wrote this in, like, it was definitely, was writing it during Hurricane Irene, which is kind of why I called it Wind and Rain. It was called Wind and Rain, so this is, when I conceived this, when I wrote, like, 70% of this, like, 2011, 2012. And I have to preface that, because what this story is about I made up a region to the west. No, I made up a region to the east of Unova called Munia. And I can explain why it's called Munia. It's sort of playing into Latin a bit. Okay, so I matched 2 and they disappeared. So I don't have to match 5? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Oh. Why did I... Oh, it's because I reduced them to 0? I don't get the rules to this. I don't get the rules to... I'm gonna spend... Okay. I have a timer set for 10 minutes here. After 10 minutes, I'm gonna switch to something else and try to just go ahead and try to beat this off stream. All these gambling minigames. Yeah, I'll do it on my own time. 10 more minutes, and then I'll move on to some other quest. I'm gonna put 2 of it. I'm gonna do 2 of everything, and see how. Well, I might as well restart because I already lost a bunch of coins. Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 of everything. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and when I say this was a long time, it's like 2011. I was writing. I conceived of this, and I wrote this in like 2011, 2012. And what it's about a fan-made region to the east of Unova called Munia. And there's a disease control crisis, this epidemic that breaks out. It only affects Pokemon, though, but it causes this major upheaval in this region. And in the upheaval, an authoritarian organization comes to take power in that region. And my main characters are freedom fighters against the authoritarian government that takes over as a result of this disease control crisis. Now, I wrote this in like 2011, okay? So this is not any sort of current events political commentary or anything like that. And if you read this, you'd swear I wrote it nowadays. If Serial Wars, if you're interested in looking at this, I can give you like I could give you a few of like the first few episodes, and you could take a look at it. Now, the interesting thing about this to me is that, in this story, this is like sort of supposed to be canon mostly with the anime, but it also sort of references stuff from the games. It's sort of a mixture of both. I take elements from both the game universe and the anime that don't directly conflict with each other. And what I do is yeah, there we go. That was a good gamble. I took a chance there. And there's a human cast of characters who are a bunch of Pokemon trainers, and then there's also the main characters' Pokemon are also equally main characters, but the Pokemon can only talk to other Pokemon, the humans can only talk to other humans. So and that's part of the reason, the fact that the Pokemon themselves are also fully fledged main characters is kind of part of the reason why I've had such a interesting time trying to adapt it into my own original fiction universe. Because if it was just about the trainer characters, I guess it would be easier to adapt it. But because the Pokemon, it's hard to adapt a Pokemon, and part of their context for existing as characters is them being owned by these other characters. Which sounds messed up when they all have human intelligence, but in the Pokemon setting, it kind of works. It's a lot easier to deal with. So if you're interested enough, Serial Wars, in looking at this, I could throw a few chapters at you, privately elsewhere. But and plus, I have my own original fiction stuff that I write. And I do other professional writing that I don't share, online or anything. But as far as my personal fiction goes, it's some of the only stuff I've written that's not stuff I plan to publish as novels or something else later on. So I'd be willing to share that with you, Serial Wars, if you're that interested in it. But I really haven't touched it in years. Yeah, but I didn't see that screenshot you mentioned because of my chat program. Now, I don't get what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. So I matched... So when Oh, is what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to eliminate the cards with no remainders. So I got paid there. Alright. So I guess I'm trying to match the cards with no remainders. And look at the instructions. Look at the instructions say... Flip a card and place it. Identical pairs disappear. Get rid of all the cards. Like, and I don't understand the betting system. Like, so, identical cards disappear. So, I chose 2? I don't know what 2 is? I don't get it. No, okay, so and on the left, it says how many of each type of card I have. And in 4 minutes... I'm just gonna quit out of this. I'll flunk it on purpose. Okay, so... Okay, so... That's... The fact that there are these mystery cards... It stops being a game of... This is so bad. This is so dumb. Cloud. Egg. So I got paid for that? Oh, I eliminated all of them. That's what I got. But I have a star... Okay. So the point is to get as many 3 combos as I can, I guess. Okay, so... Okay. 3. Okay. Oh, I see. All right. Okay, I get it. There are 3 stars. So when I do the stars, all right. If I do this, if this works the way I think. Okay. I have to build a corner with nothing but stars. Okay, so the next time it's those wild cards. These wild cards are BS. They should not be in the game. Okay. Okay, this is like a math game pretty much. That would be fine. If it's a math game, okay, lame, but whatever. But these wild cards make it so... How am I supposed to build a strategy around this? I just have to get lucky. Like, okay. The only way I can get rid of those, is to get them in the corner. The clouds, I can match 2 of. The mushrooms, okay. I match 2 mushrooms here. The next mushrooms, I have to match. Like, the clouds, I absolutely have to... If I don't get a... No, I'm done. I can't win now. I don't think. Because I can't get rid of that last flower. The clouds... Okay, now, if I get 2 clouds, I'll be alright. But I don't think... Okay, I got rid of... No, I thought I got rid of... I absolutely... No, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. No, I can't win now. Okay. And they expect a little kid to play this? Come on. I'm not having fun. And that's not fun, so... Alright. The timer's over. I'm gonna play this one last time. Okay. So if okay, star there. 1. Okay. Okay. 1, 2. Now, the next time I match mushrooms, I have to match 3 of them. This is where I'm gonna cheat. This is where I'm gonna create. Okay, put the now. Okay, so I know that's gonna be a cloud. So I'm gonna load the restore point. Okay. And Okay, so I'm gonna load the restore point again. Okay. Cloud. Mushroom. Flower. No. Okay, we're gonna load again. And I'm gonna set the timer again, just so I don't get overblown with this last game. Because now that I'm bringing loading restore points into this. Cloud. Mushroom. Flower. Cloud. Cloud. Okay. And egg. Okay, we're gonna make another restore point. Because we don't... These stupid wildcards. This game would be vaguely reasonable. Okay, that's an egg. So we're gonna load. Egg. Cloud. Okay. Now... Okay. Now, I believe what I need to do... I think... It seems like if I... Okay. Clouds I could get rid of in twos. I think. Okay. I need to get rid of the mushrooms and the flowers in threes. The eggs I can get rid of in twos. Okay. Now, I think I'm doing it right. Like, this is so how... Look how... No, they're... Okay. Now, I can get rid of the eggs and twos. Okay. This is so lame. Okay. Oh no! I'm done. I'm done. Wait. Okay, never mind. Alright. Okay. Okay, that's... Never mind. I'm good. Eliminated the clouds. Wait, am I gonna have a leftover egg? Get rid of the flowers. Oh, I'm gonna have a leftover flower. Okay, we won. We won. We won. Look how much I had to... Look what I had to go through to get through that game. That was ridiculous. Truly, you are a master gamer. Fantastic. Yeah... Alright. Alright. Now, we can keep moving. You deserve the title of Game King. Oh, well, thank you very much. I gave Bowser that title long ago, but he lost control and ran wild in our halls. He was not worthy of the title. He needs to be taught a lesson in gaming. And notice, okay, when they say gaming, they're saying gaming as a substitute for saying gambling. Because if they say gambling, that's going to be a yeah, that's like a marketing-wise and possibly for the sake of the ESRB rating, definitely in Europe. Because when you talk about professional, like in casinos, they often call casinos, or like gambling, they call that gaming to avoid saying the word gambling. Here they're saying gaming as a way to avoid saying gambling. They say game hall instead of casino. I'm a master now. Keep on gaming, but never become arrogant. Yeah, that was terrible. That was a disgusting... Now, these gambling mini games are just so bad because they're games of chance. Like, how was I supposed to win at that without using all those save states? It barely even explained how the game worked. It's a special mushroom challenge. If you win, you get 6 mushrooms. Spin the wheel. Let's do this. Now I'm having fun. Rescue all the monkeys before time runs out. Alright. I may call it at the end of this hour. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it at the end of this hour, because I don't have anything early in the morning to do tomorrow. This is not an easy minigame, by the way. I have to concentrate. So, 1, 2. I think I'd take this over the bunny chasing minigame. Now, you could only steer as you're moving. I have about half. Oh my gosh. Now this one I think is too difficult. Only 3 more. Oh my gosh. Where's... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh! Did you see how close that was? I was gonna get 6 mushrooms! These minigames, I swear, like, gambling minigames, they're their own thing. I'm not gonna include the gambling minigames in this consideration. But a lot of these minigames are either too slow, or either slightly too hard, or slightly too easy. It's like, oh my goodness. That was such bum. There's a dance school over there. Is everything working okay? Because, it seemed... I'm not trying to pressure people to participate in chat, but it seemed like chat was pretty active, and then when I took the break, and then I came back, no one said anything since. I'm just making sure everything's... like, my chat feed is working right, or I'm not ignoring a bunch of chat that's been going on. I'm not trying to pressure people to be active in chat. I was just making sure everything's working on my end, or that people are even actually seeing anything, because it seems like everything else is working all right in terms of like my frame rate and everything, or my... What brings you to the hammer camp? I don't remember this. Hammerama. I don't remember this. Every day we work to improve our throws. Hammers are my life. I'm a hammer champ. So anyway, what did you want again? Can I try? Yeah, sure. Take a swing at it. Just press the A and B buttons really fast. We'll do it together. You'll see it's fun. Let's begin. Just start swinging. Okay, go. Hey, okay, it didn't say... That's another thing. Sometimes the instructions are vague. It said press A and B, so do I have to press them alternating? Or do I have to press them simultaneously? Because there are some Mario Party minigames, like the Shy Guy minigame in Mario Party 2. The Mario Party 1 version used the analog stick rotation, which led to, you know, people getting hurt using their palm on the analog stick. So Mario Party 2, they changed it so you have to press A and B repeatedly, but not alternating. You have to press them at the same time, and for some reason I'm never able to perform in that minigame. You may be tired, but you must do it. Oh, another freaking gambling minigame. I may do the gambling minigames on my own time. Because that was ridiculous. That was like 20 minutes or something I spent on that one minigame. Actually, let's see. What's left in the desert? The piranha plant isn't a... Okay. We got the Klepto Ruins, we did. Mushroom Stadium, we did. Mushroom Field, we did. The Bowser Stage, we did. Pokey, we got him. The Hammer... The piranha plant is just you pick a piranha plant to bring to another character. So right now, we've completed the desert section. And I'm out of mushrooms, so that's it. So, it actually wasn't a bad place to run on mushrooms. No, we weren't in the middle of a quest. And when you complete the, it doesn't save your progress in a permanent way, I guess. It gives you a temporary save if you save and quit. But once you, once you actually get a game over, that's when it actually saves your progress. Second floor of this condo is haunted. I think. It might not be true. I'm not sure. Yeah, so in 39 minutes, we'll give it another 40 minutes and call the stream. We made some decent progress. I mean, admittedly, some of that progress was just me forgetting to save at the end of last stream. Well, that stream ended abruptly, so. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. Now, I could have chosen a different character, because these characters all start in different places. Oh my doggone Bowser Kid. Okay. I just want to... I'm just gonna make a restore point here. Just so if I just have a Oh, I have to play a minigame. That's cool. Now, this is one of the minigame that's actually a bit challenging. Oh, okay, that was... Like, the controls don't make sense in that mini... I didn't expect to have to do that, so... I didn't expect... Oh my gosh! Wait, did I... Okay, I loaded. Flipping out. Okay. Reach the goal. Like, okay. The controls aren't precise. And, I'll be right back. You have to, I'll be right... Okay, I'm gonna have to mute my microphone and I'll be back. Okay, that was me catching a beetle. A little beetle got in the house. And, any bug that is not some kind of, like, doesn't pose any kind of real health or infestation. It's just a little beetle, little June bug, little guy that got caught in here. So I captured him. He is, safe and captured. And he's the one who came in here uninvited, so I will let him back out in the wild when I feel like it. Because we've already interrupted the stream enough to be kind of bug. So, alright. Oh, but why can't I catch... Okay, that was... Like, the controls are so weird in that... Like, they don't work the way you'd think they would. And I'm... Okay, direction, jump. Okay, R is to let go. Because there was another game where you use the R... There's like a Donkey Kong game where you use the right and left triggers to grab onto the pegs and rotate. It's kind of like Clue Clue Land. So, okay, he holds on automatically. Now I get it. Okay. I'm not... Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just... Like, if I lost there, he grabs on automatically. Like, if I lose now, I feel like at least... Okay. Once I actually understood how the controls work, if I lost, I would have taken the loss as a fair loss. Like, I guess my trigger fingers just automatically go for the R and L triggers for those. Dang, that's my mushroom. Yeah. Now the actual mushroom challenge. Come on. Oh, Dreadmill. Cloud Climb and Broom Zoom are both, like, instant giveaways that are virtually impossible to lose. So this one isn't... don't think I've ever lost this minigame. But it is a challenge. It does take a while. You know, you do have to actually... It does require proper effort. Like, if I just did nothing, I would lose the minigame. Whereas Dreadmill and Broom Zoom are both nearly impossible for me to lose. I don't think I've ever before lost either of those minigames. Now, there we go. Look at that, 27 seconds left. That one, that took effort. They should have taken away maybe 15 seconds off that minigame. Because I was, even though it took some actual effort, I was bumbling around a lot and not really caring. Should be this is really just the... Here, the Bob-omb boss is in this condo. I wonder where he could be hiding. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's the desert area. Okay, we're gonna keep moving. Oh, dog! Oh, whatever. Okay. Rochambeau, rock, paper, scissors. Okay. Scissors, rock, haha, I won. I'll take... Yeah, I lost a mushroom. Great. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, we're gonna lose another mushroom. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I might as well take the lost mushroom, because... Except on a minus space, it's gonna cost you a turn. There's nowhere else I can go. That's not going to just... I'm in... Oh. This guy shows up too much. He shows up too much. Rock, paper, scissors. Okay, if I lost that, I think I would have got a game... Yeah, if I lost that, I would have got game over. 3, 2, 1... Yay! Finally, I land on something decent. 2, 1... Horrorland has a... How many quests are in Horrorland that I haven't done yet? Mr. I, the cemetery, and the horror condo. There are only 3... Let's clear out Horrorland. There are only 3 quests in Horrorland, so... Mushroom Challenge. If I lose this, it's basically game over. Grab it. Beat the target score. Move, dive, and run. This game is not the... I think I've lost this more times, if not as many times, as I've actually succeeded in it, so... Okay. 1, 6... Oh, okay, I get... Okay, got... Oh... Okay, only 3 more, and I don't have a whole lot of time. Oh... That's not fair. That's not fair. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose. Come on. Oh my gosh. That's it. That's it. I'm probably gonna lose now. Oh my gosh. They made it... So many of these games are either way too easy or way too hard. Pedal guy fell in love at first sight. I wonder who he fell for. Go and ask him. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now if I don't... I need to land on something good. No. Yep. That's it. That's really weak. Okay. We in terms of completing this mode, we've completed. That was just a waste of time. We've accomplished nothing. But we can always keep playing. We don't have to keep putting quarters in it or anything. One, two, three, two, one. Hey, got a 10. Oh. Okay. Ta-da, it's me, Cooper Kid, away from me. Bad things happening. What should I do? What should I... Warp. Oh, actually, I don't mind this. Send me someplace where I can complete some... I mean, typically... I mean, what the game intends... Within the game's own logic, I lucked out here. But for my purposes, I wanted to get warped as far away as possible. That's the first warp time I've ever gotten the... Okay, I'm not going to take a minus shroom. 3, 2, 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, free dice roll. And you got a 9. He's showing... Okay. He's showing up in the same spots. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, scissors. Okay, I got him. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, Tumble. I'm glad to see you and not doggone Bowser Kid. Alright, ready to play? See, I lost this by like a second last time. I was like pixels away from the last monkey. This is basically the rabbit minigame. And you notice a lot of these minigames have music that's taken from Mario Party 4. Which I think was still the newest Mario Party game on home console when this came out, weirdly enough. Because I think of DS as corresponding with the Wii, but there was so much... there was a good while where the DS was out, but the GameCube was still, you know, being actively supported. Because the Wii didn't come out until November 06. Oh my gosh. Okay. Am I gonna lose this in the exact same way as last time? Where's the last one? Where's the last one? Where's the last one? Oh my... I lost in, like, the same way again. Alright. Like... I don't know why I remembered enjoying... I don't dislike this game. I think it deserves more credit than it gets, but... This is garbage. Alright. Hey, Mecha Kong. You got to miss out on me, oh yeah, Mecha Kong, I think you might be particularly interested in this. I know you're in Canada, so, but on U.S. Thanksgiving, which is going to be this Thursday, I can pull this up, because I've got my video editing, feed already. Oh my gosh, it's, you know, we have to get this off the screen as soon as possible. Where's my video editing? Okay. What we've got here, I've been transferring, well, the reason I haven't been streaming as much, I've been transferring all of my my old VHSs from the late 80s and early 90s onto digital, so that I could edit out all the TV shows and I could do a commercial stream. Also, maybe some E3 press conferences, all old gaming VHS stuff. Here's a Honey Nut Cheerios commercial. These old Fido Dito, if you even... Oh, here's a Kid Cuisine... So this is all... And this is a commercial, the infamous Legend of Zelda rap commercial. And this commercial was probably my first exposure to the idea of the NES. At the time, I just knew it was some kind of weird toy that plugged into your TV. I didn't really know... I don't think you can hear this because it's not set up for that. So I'm editing all this together. I'm going to edit in some old gaming VHS stuff. Everyone's seen that commercial, but here I've got the full commercial break, so you can see the full context and how those commercials would have been seen at the time. And let's see, what have I got? I've got, I think around here, Where's my... Yeah, I've got all like the commercials, all the bumpers. This was back when a lot of TV shows would include their own bumpers, and they wouldn't always use the network bumpers. So they'd be like Pokemon. The original airings of Pokemon had this, where it'd be like Pikachu bouncing a ball on his head, and Brock's voice actor would say like, "And now back to the show." I don't have any of those on my tapes. That was a little... I don't have much stuff from the later 90s. But let's... Flingshot. This game I tend to... Okay. Yeah, this game I tend to do poorly in. I'm not sure exactly what the difference is between when I do good and when I do poorly. Oh, come on. What is the... Come on, please. Oh, I don't understand how that game's supposed to work. Yeah, that's the one thing about this. Yeah, so that'll be Thursday at 11 Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what you have planned. I know it's... I don't do traditional Thanksgiving since I've been on my own. So I sort of have my day free. And then a lot of people are stuck at home that would have otherwise traveled to see friends and family. So I just thought it would be something cool to give them something to do. So, so Thursday at 11 Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what time zone you're in Canada. So if that's something... Oh, it's your birthday, so you may be busy anyway. Okay, well, yeah, so, I'll definitely, I might do, like, a replay of it at some time. Oh, 11 EST you can make. Oh, awesome, awesome. Yeah, and it's gonna go on for a number of hours. It's gonna probably go on from 11 EST, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3... So it's probably going to be like 11 to 7 if I can do it. I don't know how my stamina's going to be. It's probably going to be a lot less taxing since I'll be probably talking a little bit less since I'll be watching stuff and not But I won't be playing games. So I'm going to start at 11 and it's going to be going for probably the next 7 or 8 hours. Now we want to get to... We just want to get at it. I don't like... If I take the minus shroom, I'll have 0 mushrooms, and that'll be game over. So that worked out. I can at least play another minigame. Try to get some more mushrooms. This minigame here is not easy. Involve the rest? Okay. I shouldn't... It's all VHS, like, old, like, Nintendo customer, like... Nintendo salesperson training videos and stuff like that I haven't had copyright problems with them in the past, and for all the commercials I've edited all the shows out. I might have a couple of short public domain cartoons thrown in there. It turns out that's not an easy minigame. Turns out that my favorite short subject Disney cartoon of all time is one of the very few Disney cartoons to have entered the public domain, which seems to have been due to a paperwork error on Disney's behalf. And so I'll have that cartoon in there. Yeah, it's gonna be... so I'm out of mushrooms. This game is so unforgiving, jeez. And all because I want to keep playing... That's another thing. Each character starts at a different point on the map. So if I chose Yoshi or someone, I might be closer to the areas of the map that I actually want to get to, because these areas I've already cleared. Right now, I'm just checking my other program. I have 98%, so it's actually nearly fully converted. Probably the last videotape I'll convert for this set. And there are different ways and patterns in which I can configure these commercials. These are probably roughly going to be configured in the order... Well, actually, they're not. I'm going to scramble them up. So I'll have tapes from... The earliest tape in this will be from 1986. The latest will probably be from 1993. So I'll have a different mix of time periods, and so it's going to be interesting because not only will it be old, like late 80s, early 90s stuff, but it's also going to be stuff from another country. For those that are in Canada, I know I've had at least one viewer from Germany that's followed me, so it's going to be interesting. Sort of foreign, like, I don't know, like, how many of these commercials might have been airing in Canada at those times. And mind you, like, I was a little kid when my parents were recording this stuff, so a lot of this is, some of this stuff might make me seem a little older than I am, but a lot of this stuff are things where I would have never for the rest of my life remembered this stuff if I didn't have them on tape. Because some of the stuff, like the stuff from 1986, like even by like 1994, I remember treasuring those tapes just because of how old they were. So even by like the early 90s, I was already considering some of these tapes to be nostalgic. Now this minigame, I do need to focus a bit, because if I get knocked off of the platform, it will be game over. I don't have a time limit, but I do need to score enough points to make the minigame end before I screw up and get... Because there's a wind as well as these logs, so if I'm getting blown in the wrong direction... Okay, there we go. We made 300 points. Yeah, so I have NES commercials, I have Super NES commercials, and one of the cool thing is one of the tapes at the initial bunch of commercials, and in general I might mix up a lot of the tapes, but some of these commercials, there's a VHS tape I have that my parents recorded on Thanksgiving Day in 1993, because WPIX-11, my local, and that's another interesting thing, not to be a downer or anything, or to get into sad or controversial territory, but a lot of this stuff, I didn't have cable at the time this was recorded, so I got this over the air broadcast television. And living in New York City, all of this broadcast material would have been broadcast off of the North Tower of the Twin Towers, which was the main television aerial for the New York City area at the time. So it's interesting thinking that this stuff got broadcast off this antenna from this building that was destroyed in a massive, you know, tragedy and loss of human life in an act of war. That, you know, and now I have all these broadcasts that were beamed off of that tower that are now preserved to these VHS tapes that are now digitized. It's just so weird that a lot of this stuff even survived. I know a lot of tapes that I wish I had. Specific tapes I know. Like, I know one tape I have that I still have the tape, but it got recorded over with like a tennis match in like 1999 that I wish I had. Like, there are things, like if I had 3 wishes, one of my wishes would be to have those tapes, like every VHS tape that my parents recorded for me growing up, in its original pristine condition. I have tapes of one show that only aired once, right before, like, I have a tape, an episode of the Little Shop of Horrors cartoon series. Any good RPGs on Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color? This is an original Game Boy RPG. But I have my eye. Final Fantasy Legend is going to be released, the FF Legend games for Game Boy are going to be released on in a pack for the Nintendo Switch, and I'm very... Oh, actually, I shouldn't go that way. I need to go the other way. Final Fantasy Legend, other than Pokemon, Final Fantasy Legend is one I have a lot of fond memories of. I never beat it. I look forward to streaming that. I might be using a guide for it, because I'm not that great at it, which is part of why I never beat it. I actually soft-locked myself, because I saved in a room that you cannot escape until you beat the boss, and because this is like in 2001, maybe, I was doing this playthrough. It's the furthest playthrough I ever did of FF Legend, and I saved in a room with a boss that you cannot leave the room until you beat the boss, and I didn't quite understand how Final Fantasy Legend's character building system worked. And it's one of those games that has a deliberately cryptic leveling and development system where you're supposed to go through by trial and error. So I basically soft-locked myself in a room with a boss I couldn't beat. And that's the furthest I ever got in the game. I was maybe 3/4 of the way through the game at that point. Now this game I have to concentrate. This is a game where I could lose very easily, very quickly. Okay. Yeah, once again, lots of Mario Party 4 music. Oh my gosh. If I get hit, I instantly lose. I'm almost there. Okay, we got 1,000. Yeah, I wanted to play Dragon Warrior Monsters, which look at how it looks like Luigi's head has a huge head because of the way the portrait and his sprite was exactly in the middle of the screen, his gameplay sprite. Yeah, Dragon Warrior Monsters I wanted to play in Game Boy Color. I just didn't have a lot of money when I was, at the time Game Boy Color was current, so the only actual GBC game I ever had was Pokemon Gold. No, what was it? There was a show called, if I ever get the technical aspects of it, I've been experimenting. I can't quite get it to work the way I wanted it to, because of the choppy frame rate when I play it in DOSBox. Only on my older computer it's fine, but on my newer computers I just have weird frame rate problems. I haven't got it to run smoothly, and with the way you have to play that, I can't run it in a choppy manner. Maybe Commander Keen I could get away with, but... Okay, this is an easy minigame. This won't be a problem. No, but there was a cartoon series based on Little Shop of Horrors that only aired... It only had one season that was not even a dozen episodes. And I think each episode only aired once. It never even went into reruns. And it was the Halloween episode of the Little Shop of Horrors cartoon series. And it only aired once, and I had it on tape. And I didn't realize until a couple months ago that this was considered lost media, this episode. And like a couple years ago, someone put it up on YouTube, so it's out there. But if I knew that, I had a tape of this. I still have it. I actually have commercial breaks from this airing of this show that are going to be in my Thanksgiving Day stream. And I didn't realize I was literally sitting on lost media. The only one day that this one episode of this show aired, and I had it on tape. If that other person didn't have it on tape, I had it on tape. Let's say I recorded over it by accident, or I lost it when in Hurricane Sandy and that flood. That might have been it for that episode. It may never have resurfaced again. It's not urgent since it's out there. But that's why it's so interesting, why these these episodes, these broadcasts I have are probably, my parents are the ones who taped it, frankly. So I have some episodes of stuff that never appeared, that was never released on home video. So it's really interesting. So even my personal nostalgia aside, I had a professor, he was a monk. He was a Catholic monk, I believe, and he was interested. He studied as a media major, and he was chronicling all these. This is a memory game, so I have to focus for a second. So he was I lost my childhood home in Hurricane Sandy. Okay. Fortunately, but fortunately, I wasn't living there at the time, and now I have to focus on this. Hold on. Okay. You have as many tries as you need, but you eventually run out of time. Down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, up. Yeah. So basically, my childhood home in New York City, we had no family members. Well, it's unfortunate. We didn't lose. No one in my family lost their lives. I had family. My grandmother was living at that house, but she couldn't live by herself anymore. She needed care around the clock, so we moved her to another family member's house to live further inland. And we moved all of her essential belongings with her. We just lost a few photo albums. I lost a bunch of other stuff that I would have liked to keep it, but objectively, the part of my life that belonged to that house was over, and anything at that house that I didn't have with me at where I was living at the time was stuff that I could afford to lose. That wasn't that important to me. Stuff I would have liked to keep, stuff that I would have liked to have to pass down, but it was just stuff. And frankly, it was stuff that once I moved, I would have had a hard time keeping space for. So I only lost stuff in Hurricane Sandy, and that's when I kind of realized, like, I don't care that much about collecting. I'll only buy the games that I personally want to play, but I'll never have a big game collection. So, I lost some personal, like, one of the things I miss, I had a CED video collection, if you're familiar with the CED video format, and actually CED is how I grew up watching Star Wars and Indiana Jones, and so I lost all my CEDs. But, I had an NES that I would have lost, but I coincidentally happened to just decide to bring it to my own house. I had one of my only remaining original Game Boy was in that house. I decided to move it. The video of me playing Mario Kart on the 3DS, that was in a different house than the one that was lost in Hurricane Sandy. Me and my family have moved from that house now, because I was living there with my parents at the time, and I moved. We've all went our separate ways since then. So that house was in the family for, that's where where I lived from 96 to like 2017, and we moved away and sold the house. How did I get CEDs? My grandmother had them. The CEDs, we didn't have them, as I never collected them. I never purchased a single CED in my life. CED was just what we had in the house growing up. That's just how I grew up watching Star Wars, with this obscure video format. So the only retro hardware I lost was CEDs. And the funny thing is, Hurricane Irene, for Hurricane Irene, I took some of my favorite CEDs and moved them to a safer house. What did I play the CEDs on? On the CED player. I think that's the only thing you could play CEDs on, and we had a CED player. It needed a new stylus. Now, if you're not familiar, CEDs are a video disc format, but they're not laser discs. They're a disc that doesn't run off a laser. It runs off of a stylus. It is a grooved disc, like a record. But the disc is inside a giant cartridge. And you slide this big disc in, you pull a little lever, then you pull the cartridge out. Now the cartridge is empty, the disc is inside the machine, so you never actually see the disc. You can take two hairpins and pop the latches on the side of the disc and slide the disc out to look at it. But, yeah, it's a laser, it is a video disc format other than Laserdisc. Now we completed. Well, no, actually, no. All this time. Oh, baby Bowser, get out of our way. Koopa Kid, rather, get out of our way. Oh, rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, you. Oh! I needed to. Oh my gosh. Now I'm gonna block your. What can I do now? I can't get into. Oh, the last like half hour, I've been trying unsuccessfully to get into this horror area. Now I'm blocked from Horrorland. I can't go. I'm stuck. I'm actually stuck. I can't get to any area of the map that I need to. That I can. Okay, I have to go all the way down to Desert Land, which I've already completed, and get all the way through here in order to get to the jungle area, I guess. The quality, it's funny, it's very good quality, but the only caveat is about how many discs for Star Wars. Like Star Wars, you had to flip the disc halfway through, so halfway you'd have to put in the cartridge, pull the lever, pull the disc out, you had to flip this big, and these discs were like the size of records. You had to flip it over and slide it back in. It was pretty good quality. It's just weird watching a movie and it skips, but when it skips like you know how a record skips? But on CED, let me see. I could very quickly do this. Games.supertrainstation.com. Yeah, excuse me, I'm doing this live, I'm not used to doing this. Adventures and Nostalgia part. Okay. No, I have to go to part 1. I'm looking... Actually, I'll just post the link in chat. Because you can see the setup. And this is the first TV. You just look through there. Look through that link. And in that link, you'll see that is the TV that I first played NES on. It is the Oh, that is my childhood bedroom, by the way. And this is in the house that we lost in Sandy. That is my own childhood bedroom. And that is the TV that I watched a lot of these tapes on back in the day. That is the TV and the CED player, and you can see the CED discs. That is how I watched Star Wars Indiana Jones growing up. And that is that tiny little TV. And that wasn't a small TV for the time. At the time, that was a smaller TV. But nowadays, something that small would be considered a monitor, or even slightly larger. Like the monitors I'm looking at now in my setup are bigger than that TV. But at the time, it was just, hey, it's a TV. You just throw up your antenna and you're good to go. So that's actually the TV I grew up watching Star Wars on, believe it or not. And that's actually the same TV that I was first playing NES on when I got my NES in like 99 or 2... No, it was 2000 I got my NES. Or it was either 99 or 2000. No. Now this is... Now, and I actually know how to control the game. This is not a hard mini-game. I'm going to wait till it goes down and jump up, and that's it. When you actually know what you're doing, that is a impossible to lose minigame. The only times I've ever lost in there are when I don't know what I'm doing. Now, 3 minutes left on the clock. Why don't I'm gonna see how close, I'm gonna get myself over to the jungle area. I'm gonna try to get to the jungle area. Switch way. Now this game is very unforgiving. It's not hard, but it's unforgiving. If I mess up a couple of times, I can lose this very easily. Now, we go up. And there's only one version of this minigame, so you could question how balanced it is. Because if you know the way to get there, I mean, you have to lose this minigame a couple of times. And even when you know where you're going, it's very unforgiving. Alright. Okay. Yeah, if you don't know where you're going, that can be a very unforgiving minigame. I'm gonna get over to Jungle End, and if I can survive all the way to the jungle area, I'm gonna save. And yeah, I'm gonna save and quit, and I'll switch over to Mario Party 2. Now I have to look at a different document. What is my Mario Party 2? What volume level do I use for the game for my capture card when I stream Mario Party 2? I forgot. So I'd have to look through. I'm gonna play a quick run of the trial mode of Mario Party 2. Where's the last time we played Mario Party 2? Mario Party 2, Sonic 1 Genesis, where's some Mario Party 2? Mario Party 2. Mario 64 audio. Mario 64, Mario Dance. Well, I haven't done a Mario Party 2 stream that long. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna wing it then, and if it's too loud or too quiet, you'll just have to tell me as I go along. Because I'm gonna play a quick, quick run through Mario Party. Oh, I didn't mean to stop here. I didn't mean to stop there. That was a waste of a mushroom, or a waste of a couple of... 1, 2, 3... Oh my gosh! Get out of my way. The fact that you can draw lets you know that at least these results aren't predetermined. Because if the results were... Oh my... He appears too much. I don't know how I went through from 2005 to today thinking of this as one of my favorite games. I don't know. I like this so much, but most of the time I'm playing it, it was on a very... Okay, this isn't hard. It just takes a long time. Fortunately, there's no time limit. I just have to beat the score. Alright. No, you know what? I'm not going to go for Mario Party 2. I'm just going to... Yeah, I'm going to keep playing until I can get to the... Until I either get to the desert area... not the desert, the jungle area. Either I'll make it to the jungle, or I'll die trying. And once that happens, I'll call the stream. Because this minigame can take such a long time. Yeah, it's if they made it like 200 points maybe, or 150, but getting 300 points in this is not a fast-paced puzzle game. And you know what? This is like the like Mario Party 4 also had some kind of mini game that could have basically been the basis for its own standalone full-fledged puzzle game. And you know what? I am so thankful. I posted that link in chat. I am so thankful that I decided to make that site feature, because if I didn't do that site feature, I wouldn't have any photos of my childhood bedroom. I have a few photos that were taken with the 3DS, but you know, the 3DS photos it's cool to see them in 3D, but aside from that, the quality's not that great. So, because for a while I didn't have a smartphone, but I did have a 3DS, so those were there's a whole chapter of my life that was taken with nothing but 0.03 megapixel 3DS photos. And it's interesting. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna... Please give me a red shell. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna lose. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If I did not get that red shell, I probably would have actually lost the minigame. Yeah, if I did not do that feature, because I took those photos specifically because I wanted to do this thing for my site where I go to my old childhood bedroom and play my NES and games, and I brought the NES and games back with me after the photo shoot. And if it wasn't for that, the NES probably would have been sitting around. I mean, this was a few years before Sandy. Like, maybe even up to 3 or 4 years, 2 or 3 years before Sandy, but if it wasn't for that, the NES probably would have been at my old house there. Because the water line was above where the TV is. Because we're only like 1,000 feet from the beach or something ridiculous like that. And it's an interesting fact of economics that what was pretty much a poor area ended up being 1,000 feet from the beach, because the idea was to get all the poor people away from Manhattan and Brooklyn. And so but now that area, like a lot of people that had to move out because of Sandy, a lot of those areas are now like, I saw like a banner ad on like just browsing a website, a banner ad for the development in that area, and it's like, ooh, come to Malibu by New York. It's like Malibu in New York City, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they do not realize like you're buying these freaking really expensive beach houses that every time there's a major hurricane, they're gonna get flooded out, and then it's like literally a stone's throw from the hood. So, I mean, it's probably... Oh my gosh, I wasn't paying enough attention. I'm thinking about freaking socioeconomics while playing Mario Party does not mix well. Fortunately, I have a lot of mushrooms right now. But once we make it over to the jungle area... One nice high roll there. 3, 2... Okay. Oh my gosh. I do not want to see you, Bowser Kid. Big... Okay, fortunately, this challenge is a minigame that's pretty much impossible to lose. As things go. I just want to, okay. Sorry, my video converter thing finished, and I just wanted to go ahead and say yes. Please save my video. Do not erase the hours of work I've just done. Because the thing about converting these videotapes is that, like, it's not like ripping a CD where you press a button and it just rips the data off of the CD. You have to play the tape on the VCR in real time to capture it. So it is not a quick process, and you have to go through. I have to go throughout. I already have these videos otherwise digitally archived. I just needed to do it in a way where I could actually work with the MPEG files instead of a DVD disc image, because I have them preserved to DVD, so it's in a digital format that's not subject to the decay of the magnetic tape on the VHS. But it was, unfortunately, a, it wasn't a file where I could just pull it off the DVD and edit the commercials out. So, alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna play this minigame. Oh, nice. Thank you, Tumble. Thank you for not being Bowser Kid. We're gonna play this minigame, and we're gonna call this... Oh, Shell Stack. It's good. It's a game I'm good at. I mean, I wish... This game is so unforgiving. It's either too easy or too unforgiving. It's frequently very frustrating. I mean, this is the first time I played this. I mean, the gambling minigames were always rubbish, but this is the first time I played this minigame and really felt like... Alright. I'm having a bad time. Okay. There we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. I only have to get one more. Okay. There we go. And so all we have to do is to go back to the map. We got... Well, how many are we going to have? 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6. This is an okay amount of mushrooms to have. Oh, wow. That was an... Okay, I forgot. That was for landing on... Come on, give me Broom Zoom. Give me Broom Zoom. Yes! Okay, it's a minigame. This is a dead giveaway. I'm going to have possibly up to 9 mushrooms, or even 10 mushrooms after this. I mean, I wish I didn't have to cross my fingers for the minigames that are virtually impossible to lose, but if I got Go-Go Pogo, which is a game that I've got like 3 times in this stream, and every single time I lost. So, but man, I was scared at the beginning of the stream. I was getting dropped frames, but like while I was on the hold screen. Look at that! I have 9,000 points already. I need 5,000. I already have twice as many points as I need. They should have made this They should have made this a minimum 10,000 point minigame, and this would have been kind of reasonable. They just made this. This one's just too easy. But I still advocate for this game. Boy, is it frustrating at times. But 9 mushrooms. This is a good place to be. And I haven't. So I'm gonna save. Okay. Okay. No. Okay. Now, actually, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna save. Save and quit. Yes. Now, that does it for me for now. But okay. For those who didn't see it, I do want to do one thing. I want to show off. The Game Boy Advance. I want to show off the screen cleaner because that thing's amusing. Yes, you have to explain the gadgets to me. Yes, they're wonderful. Oh, excuse me, almost. Wonderful gadgets. That's very nice. Very nice. Very nice. But we want to go to. No. Where is the? Where is? Oh, there. Okay, there it is. If you do not see this is one of the few gadgets I really like. But okay, so clean. And this works especially well with the Game Boy Advance frame. Okay, so we're gonna. Oh, It's gonna clean the screen off. So I'm gonna send you off to Kyle TX 500, and have a great night. Yeah. Thursday, Thanksgiving Day at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when I'm doing my commercial stream, and as well as vintage VHS stuff. Like, it's all a bunch of late 80s and early 90s commercials from my own home-recorded VHS tapes from back then that I used to watch as a child, because my parents had the foresight to record most of what I watched, because we didn't have cable, so I couldn't watch Nickelodeon Cartoon Network all day, so they recorded most of what I watched. So I have a bunch of tapes from back then. We're going to watch all the commercials from them, as well as vintage VHS gaming stuff from YouTube, as well as some public domain cartoons and stuff like that on Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thanksgiving Day in America. So I hope if some of you are stuck at home when you otherwise would have traveled to visit friends or family, or you have nothing better to do, I look forward to seeing you there. If I stream before then, I don't know. It'll be a surprise stream. But thank you very much for watching.